back to the very beginning, I think you said you opened in 2019, right pre-COVID. How did the challenges from COVID occur? I mean, that's a tough path and a long road to get down. You mentioned Uber Eats was a big factor in some of that success.
Yeah. So what was it? About 5 months in, we got hit with COVID and basically a full shutdown. And we were in Ybor, which is a very tourist-driven market. So it really turned into a ghost town. At the time, I was essentially the only person in the kitchen going into COVID, which probably wasn't the worst thing. And then we had just a handful of folks up front that were running the shop. So when that all went down, a couple things happened. We switched completely over to pint sales. So, I mean, the months leading up to that COVID switch, we probably were selling, it might have been 15 pints a month, just something super low like that. Once COVID occurred, we were jumping into the hundreds to probably about 500 pints a month. And
wow.
We obviously weren't scooping anything, but we switched over completely to Uber Eats, grab and go. Everything was put in pints. And, what it did do for us was at the time, it broadened us from an Ybor ice cream shop to a 5-mile radius, all of Tampa ice cream shop. And everyone was looking to those delivery services to get all of their product. And at the time, there was really one, local ice cream player. And that gave us a little more clout. We got into people's, freezers that probably wouldn't have otherwise, even known we were there, because Ybor's a little bit outside of people's normal routines.
Yeah. Interesting, man. So after that, right, after you've maybe through COVID established your brand throughout the city, at the end of COVID, is that when you said, man, we got to get locations all over town?
Yeah. So going into the initial business plan was kind of to open 2 of them. Pretty close succession. So we had already had our eyes set on a South Tampa location, which was our second one down on Beta Bay. And we signed the lease on that probably right before COVID, which was a little bit scary. But with that switch, we probably could have pulled out if we wanted, but that switch over and seeing the response with all the delivery services, with where all those orders were coming from, we just steamed ahead with the South Tampa location, and that one was super close to home. That was sort of
that was a childhood dream.
That was a childhood dream. Yeah. That's a couple blocks from our house, and my mom and dad go over there with the dogs all the time now. It's like, if they had kids, we would have been there every single,
full
weekend.
Circle, bro. That was probably an awesome experience opening that South Tampa location in your own neighborhood. If you enjoyed this clip, click here for the full episode and make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.